just as I get back into reading, there's a thump, thump. And when that thump happens, the lights go out, go thump. And I don't know how my mind knows what's going on, but right then, instantaneously, time distortion, temporal distortion happens. So suddenly things that are really happening fast, I can remember and think through, and I can think of my thoughts. I got time now to make thoughts in between events.
Yeah.
And so it goes, thump, lights go out. And I thought, well, that's weird. And, immediately I'm thinking, well, we need air conditioning and we don't have power. I mean, that's kind of stuff you're thinking about. It's going to be a hot night to sleep. Boom. And then the next thing, I feel something hitting my back. And again, things are slowed way down now. And I feel like pinpricks hitting the back of my shoulder blades. And I think, well, that's kind of weird. And then it gets more and more intense. And as it gets more and more intense, I think, well, that feels like a sandblaster hitting my back. It went from prickly to now it's like the pain's starting to ramp up a little bit, or it's starting to feel kind of hot. It maybe hadn't even registered pain yet, but this hot intensity is hitting my back. Let me back up. I don't mean hot like an explosion heat. I mean hot like a bunch of pinpricks hitting you, and it's just kind of starting to get. And then I feel the pinprick, and then I feel this push with more pinpricks. It's the glass from the windows, what it is, right? It's all the little pieces of glass hitting my back is what's actually happening. And then I feel this huge push hit me in the center part of my back up high. And then it ramps up real quickly, and I feel like somebody's pushing me, and then they just accelerate the push. And I'm thinking, what? I'm still thinking, what in the world? And then it goes from pinpricks to sandblast to now I'm in the air.
Really?
It's dark. My eyes were adjusted to lights. So as far as I can tell, it's totally black because my eyes obviously haven't adjusted yet. So here I am in the air, and I got these double doors in front of me. I'm thinking, I'm going to slam into those doors. So mid-air, I'm thinking, this is going to hurt. But the doors, by the time we get there, the doors are gone. So the doors get blown off. And then now that's about the time I hit the ground. As I hit the ground, both the impact of the ground and the pressure changes in the room, all air leaves my lungs. And I kind of go up, but it's not a scream. It's an involuntary the air leaving my lungs, and it's going past my vocal cords, and I'm hitting, and I'm trying to hold, and I'm sliding on the floor. So I'm sliding. The floor is linoleum.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm hitting and sliding, and I'm trying to keep my chin up so I don't, tumble over my own face. And my arms are back, and I'm just sliding on my chest. And probably the thing that is the most memorable is the noise at that point. At that point, I have this sense that there's this massive column of air, and I can feel and sense it going right over the top of me. And it's the blast coming in through the window. And I'd always thought of the blast as kind of like a firecracker. Bam. I thought, well, that's what an explosion like. No, explosions happen over time, and they last a long time, especially when your temporal distortion is. Yeah. I describe it as, it's like a 50-foot monster bend down and put his mouth's the size of the window over that window and just screams. It's a for a long time. It's just this sound of an explosion stretched out over time. And then you got the air whistling through that window. And then that parking lot has been the dust from that parking lot has been picked up and is being blown over the top of my head. I can hear gravel and everything hitting the walls as I'm sliding. So as I'm sliding, trying to keep my head up, I have this sense of this massive column of air that's above me. Now I'm below it, thank goodness. And I screeched to a stop about where the doors would have been. And it's still dark, and I hear just, whoa. And then it stops.
Quiet then.
It gets quiet, and I look up, and now I can see light, because outside my doors was kind of a foyer. And then the door that you entered into the apartment is now off its hinges. It's blown off its hinges, and there's an emergency exit light that's battery powered that's out there, and that's shining into my room. And I'm like, my goodness, I think the bomb went off right outside my window. I don't realize I'm 100 yards away, and a couple buildings between me, or a little short building and a big building between me and that bomb. I immediately think we just got hit right there.
Right.